broadcast network, AfterBuzz TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AfterBuzz TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
There's our music, guys. We gotta give it a second to get in the mood,
Yes.
you know?
I'm feeling it.
Are we there? Are we there? We're there.
We're there.
We're there. Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Bloodline After Show right here on AfterBuzz TV. We are kicking off Season 1, Episode 8 for you all.
8.
It's amazing.
Finally.
Can we believe we're there already? Be sure to subscribe to us and find us on YouTube at youtube.com/AfterBuzzTV and listen to us on SoundCloud and iTunes for all of your podcasting delights. Also, be sure to chat with us and reach out to us on Twitter at hashtag ABTVBloodline. I am your host, Blake V. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Blake V Media. And I am joined by my lovelies, Allison Dean and Mary Lou Mandel. Ladies, take it away. Tell us where they can find you.
You can find me at the Allison Dean.
Yes, and in the popcorn machine.
And in the popcorn machine.
You can find her there. You
Yep.
can.
But right now we got her. We pulled her out.
They rescued me.
And I'm Mary Lou Mandel. You can find me on all social media at Mary Lou Mandel. And I think we should say happy birthday to our girl Kate.
Happy birthday, Kate.
Most
Miss
importantly,
Miss
woo-hoo!
you.
Yes, so
We
she'll
miss
be
you,
back.
Kate. We miss you. Come back soon and have a happy birthday.
Da-da-da! Awesome.
Excellent. All right, guys. Episode 8 was an intense one.
Yes, it was.
I want to first jump right into the flashback scenario.
Great.
We were hit with it in the intro. We were hit with it in the outro. And it was some craziness coming up.
See, listen, okay, remember a few episodes. I started watching an episode we already watched. And it was like the same thing. So I watched it a little bit thinking like, oh, they brought the flashback back.
They brought the flashback back.
But like I
Flashback
replayed
back.
it again, I was like, what an interesting choice. But then it ended up being an episode I've already seen. So I thought the same time, I thought this was...
Oh, you didn't realize that it would the episode was still going on or whatever?
No, so I started this episode 8, and this flashback looks a lot like a flashback a few episodes ago.
It does. It does. With the gun.
With the window.
From
the broken
episode
window.
1 or 2.
Yeah, somewhere way back. So
Yes.
I was like, did I play the wrong thing again? Is there a glitch in my Netflix?
No.
I'm a fool.
And so that, I think, just ties right back into this long-standing storyline with the gun and the whole what happens to Danny in the end, right?
What are you going to do about Danny?
What are you going to do,
Danny is
John?
not going away. He's not going away.
Yeah, so we were hit with a moment where Kevin, you see kind of the exchange of gun or the gun in Kevin's hand, and then he calls John and says, "What are you going to do about Danny?" So it's thrown out there like he's trying to put it in John's hands, and then John replies, "I got to make this right." So once again, we're falling back on what he owes Danny and where he's trying to take this whole guilt, right? Something is weighing on him.
But he also, at the end of that, so at the end of the episode, they brought us back to that same flashback. And then John says, it's the voiceover of all the same stuff happening. And he says, Danny turned us into that family you don't want to be. So as much as there might be, we still think John is out to salvage their relationship and, I don't know, prove that they're still bros. We shall see.
We shall. It remains to be seen. That is true. That is very true.
Things are about to get ucky.
They are
Ucky mucky.
Very ucky. Indeed. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the Kevin and John interaction first, kind of before we get to Danny. I thought that whole interaction was a little bit interesting. It's always interesting when we see John interact with the different siblings, I think, because he has such a different, he's kind of the overall problem solver. He's kind of the person to keep the calm, but he has a very different relationship with each one of the siblings.
True.
And so when it came to his interactions with Kevin, I thought it was really interesting how he just kind of tries to gloss over the things that happen. And, we saw what happened with Kevin. He had the whole break-in scenario, which we can get to in a second with Danny. But he had the whole break-in scenario. He was battered intensely and goes to the hospital. First thing he says is, it was him. It was him. He got into a fight. It wasn't a break-in. It wasn't anything. He did not cop to the fact that it was an attack.
Right.
Which is what it was. And he's so concerned about his money on the line, his collateral for this deal to buy the shipyard and everything, that he just doesn't even want to go there. So he brings John into the scenario by saying, hey man, hey big brother, this is what happened to me. And of course John takes the cop side of things and he says, can't you just be a brother to me for once? Which is funny because I feel like that's such John's default character, is to be the cop and to go through the process. But here Kevin was saying, just be a brother, man.
Which we get some of that with John later in the episode, that he just can't let go.
Yes.
True. That this is his character. That's who he wants to be. He's the one in control. He's the straight arrow as much as possible, which maybe he developed that way from a lifetime of guilt from the tapes.
Maybe, but also I think it's interesting, how Danny brought up that he's never left, kind of a thing. So he has a small town mindset and everything. And so I think that sort of factors in. There's a level of protectiveness that he feels towards the whole place, the city, the people there, everything, just because of not only his role as
in the family.
What is he? Is he like the head of, he's like the chief of police or something? I think. Anyway, we'll go.
I'm not sure if he's the chief or not, but
he's some higher up.
He seems like one,
I guess. And also his role within the family, I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely. So kind of in the relationship with Kevin and, them interacting after Kevin's incident, that kind of brings us to Kevin's incident. We see at the very beginning this vicious, attack and the aftermath of it. And it turns out to be Eric, which is something we saw previously. But now he's dealing with it now. He doesn't know who it is.
Right.
He thinks that it's Nick.
Yep.
Which it's not.
That's what, even success, because at first I thought it was Nick in that room until we saw Eric driving away in the truck. So it, spot on.
Yeah,
Eric,
like it totally could be. All signs point to Nick.
Here's the thing,
for
though.
his side of things.
Why would Nick have, or at least here's what I would hope Kevin's character, I should say, or the writers, I should say. Here's the thing that I think I would... Somebody should have thought of this. Kevin's not an idiot, and even if he is an angry guy and he's a passionate man, he's not stupid. And even whatever past history he had with Nick, I think he could understand this guy's gonna come and beat the crap out of me. But what I don't think, or what I would hope he would have thought past, was Nick wouldn't have taken any money, because that's not that character. Nick's character is not the guy driving the Porsche 911 or whatever the hell it is not taking a wad of cash from him. He might be like getting out some aggression based on all the past history stuff. So I think in future episodes, I hope that that's going to be kind of explored, because I feel.
But do you think it could have been the angle of not necessarily taking the money for his own benefit or anything like that,
just to spite him,
but taking it to sabotage him all the more, because he clearly knows that he wants this shipyard, he wants this deal. Who knows if he's privy to any sort of financial issues that Kevin has? So he knows money is very important to him. Could he have tried to snatch the money just to sabotage him all the more? Like, that's what I kind of thought when he was thinking it was Nick. I thought, well, that kind of makes sense, because he very well could have gone and beaten him up, taken his money, left him stranded and helpless just because he could.
I'm not going to ship that, but okay, I'll go with it.
It's an option.
Okay, it's definitely an option. I will not argue that. Yes,
it's
but
potential.
No. Anyway.
And kind of in the same vein of Kevin's storyline, it was both heartbreaking and also shocking when we see him kind of recovering from his moment, from his downfall, from being beat up, from his money getting taken from him, and then Debbie comes along. Debbie, the loan processor officer,
the loan officer, yeah,
loan officer. To just rain on his parade. She comes in, he starts off all happy thinking that, could
things
maybe go
okay.
surface. Yeah. And she just really takes it there and she says, oh no, it's going to be 90 days. And oh no, we're going to need to file a police report. And just his life is just shattered. And then his reaction to it. I feel like that was the first time we saw Kevin's blatant anger to a stranger for all intents and purposes. Like, it wasn't his family, it wasn't somebody new. This was a stranger that he wasn't aware of, and he just let her have it.
Threw a little tantrum.
You know, I think part of him or his character and the writers, what have you, it is a small town kind of a thing. So to think that she was right when she said, you know, we live in the same town, word gets round. It's like, yeah, Kevin, what were you thinking? You think that in your little town, they're not going to find out what happened to your place? Any break-in, probably the whole town knows within moments, because that's probably a really big deal, you know, crime and just keeping things. Anyway, so I was like,
No, that's
why are
exactly
you
what I was
surprised?
thinking, that he was, why would he be mad at her? Because, yes, people are going to find out. Like, why would you even keep it a secret?
Yep.
'Cause what is the angle with that? So you got assaulted, so now you are not eligible for a loan? Like, I didn't quite...
Oh, so what it is because a crime had occurred, they need, like, there's more formalities now that were associated with the loan process. So, you know, because there's so many different things in securing a loan, especially a high dollar business loan,
Like, damage could have been done to the property. There
so
could be
assessing it and all that
a
stuff.
higher, like, a safety risk issue now attached to the property, so the value of the collateral could change.
Right.
I see.
And so they have to do a whole
thing.
The whole thing.
90 days, hence police report, all that. Yeah.
the whole 90 days.
The whole 90
yes,
days.
and he was just crushed.
Were you
and-
guys thinking that this was so okay, we know that, well, now we know that Danny was behind it. Okay. Do we think that Danny was intentionally trying to get, like, basically the loan knocked out so that Kevin would not be able to secure this whole deal? Was that the end game, or was it just that he wanted the living crap to be beaten out of his brother? What do you think?
Well, a little bit of both.
Yeah, probably both. I think it probably had to do with a more financial situation. We're kind of coming to see the money be a big deal for Danny.
Right.
And he's constantly making money, sending it to some undisclosed person, location. And here Kevin is talking about how much money means to him as well in terms of purchasing this dock and this shipyard and everything. So I feel like it was Danny's way of kind of knocking him out, like he was knocked out of the will, like Danny was. It was his way of kind of pulling the rug out from under of Kevin, trying to plan this whole thing for his life and his ownership of this. But
That makes sense. Although, when did they have a conversation about the loan? When did Danny find out that Kevin was trying to
doing
secure this
that?
deal? That's what I was also trying to connect the pieces on.
Right. And I do not recall a conversation that the two had about it, but
It's a small town.
It is. But it is. But Danny was working with Kevin for a while and, like, staying with him or something. They were working on the truck and they were spending a lot of time together a few episodes back.
Right.
So who knows? Maybe implied.
thing?
Yeah, like it maybe implied that some
Yeah.
conversation was exchanged or something like that.
And Danny seems like he's actively going around to each of the siblings and trying to find a way to
He's
F-
stirring the
F them
pot.
over.
He's stirring the pot.
Stir the spot.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
He is.
So speaking of Danny,
Okay.
let's get into Danny.
So we had last week a YouTube comment of somebody who was like, "Oh, are you guys gonna stop watching because this time you
no,
don't
I
like
saw
Danny?"
that. And you
Right.
were like, no, hello, no.
We
Yeah.
we gotta finish the show.
Hello.
I know. But we do love it when you comment because
We do.
We wanna see your
We want to know
opinions.
your thoughts.
But yes, we're gonna keep watching. That's why we're here right now.
And let me just say that no matter what, in, like, the world of whatever Danny's character is becoming, that's such a talented group of people acting on this show that it's such compelling television to just watch these different
is.
character arcs and
Oh,
stuff.
they are so good.
Yeah.
so Allison Dean, are you this episode?
Team Danny? I am, I don't know. I'm like, you know, I love him and I hate him.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, right? Like we all do. And we're seeing now more of this turning point. Really,
He was a little creepy at some point.
was a huge creeper.
Yeah,
He
and
was
I-
a creeper.
I
Like,
like-
it was like, wait, don't do that, Danny. That's what I was saying to, like, my computer screen. I was like, stop it.
don't do it.
And this was the first I think we've really seen a character in the show catch that and say something about it with John's wife.
Diana. Oh, she was like,
She's like, no, he was aggressive. Something is not right.
He was aggressive and creepy as hell. And even his conversation that he had with John when they went out to the bar and had their kind of brotherly bonding moment that went south,
Yeah.
I feel like.
he was really trying to stir the pot with that
Yeah,
one.
no,
I was
he-
like,
really trying to.
I feel like he went out of his way to try and make John break down.
Yeah.
yeah.
He did. He totally
"What, are
did.
we
And to
not
make
brothers?"
and to make Diana feel uncomfortable, like that was completely unnecessary. Whatever issue he was having with John at the bar and kind of explaining whatever this moment was between him and Diana, there was no reason for him to then have such a creeper moment with Diana, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So then it made me think if there was any truth behind what he was saying to John
That's-
about
That they had a moment. Well, clearly he may have no idea what a moment is.
Well, that's exactly what I said. I thought, well, maybe she did. Maybe she hooked up with him or slept with
No,
him or
I don't-
something.
no, I don't-
And there's
really?
like,
Oh my
there's
God.
that piece of, blackmail or like info that John doesn't know. It's like everyone has stuff on everyone, and
everyone has secrets.
Everyone has secrets. And Danny is like keeping this little nugget of information as he does. We've seen he takes it all in, takes it in, and waits for the right time to toss it back out
Oh, yeah.
at the most opportune moment. So, I mean, it could be.
It could be. Is
I
that
hope
your-
not.
Is that
It
one of
could
your
be.
predictions, Blank?
Hey, we're not there yet.
Okay.
We're not there yet.
We're going to see some flashbacks of some,
Bow,
yeah.
chicka, bow, bow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, speaking of
Thank you, Mary,
You're welcome.
for filling in that blank. Thank you.
Da, 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 da.
That.
it was necessary.
That.
Now, we saw a lot of flashbacks of this episode, but what we didn't see this episode was some of Danny's flashbacks to his imaginary, I don't know if they're flashbacks or
Right.
not, but to his imaginary sister woman character that's showing up, right? Danny's character is no stranger to imaginary folk.
Yep.
Right, as we might call it. And imaginary friends should be cute, right? But what happens if imaginary friends are not imaginary?
That sounds creepy.
Right? So there's this new show coming up on ABC called The Whispers, and it looks amazing.
I want to see that actually.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you watch the trailer? I watched
saw
the
it.
trailer. It looks amazing.
And I was creeped out,
yes,
but
so,
still wanted to watch it.
Totally. I mean, it totally sounds creepy, but basically, these unknown beings are tricking kids into playing a dangerous game that could threaten the entire race, the entire human race. And so the FBI and various others are trying to figure out what is going on. I've got to say, I am of the opinion that this is not so cute. I feel like imaginary friends could, be a little creepy. Could be, depending on the source of where this is all coming from.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah. So
I still want to watch it.
Yes, and let's see what the show has to say.
So Harper has a new friend. He's what you might call imaginary.
Monday, June 1st. What if a child's imaginary friend wasn't imaginary?
Grown-ups can't see him.
The can't-miss drama of the summer
I think this friend is real.
Told you, Mommy.
arrives.
I don't think we're dealing with a who. I think we're dealing with a what.
The Whispers, series premiere Monday, June 1st on ABC.
Oh my gosh, guys.
Did you guys ever have imaginary friends?
I never did.
I never did either, actually. No.
I never did. Did you, Mary Lou?
No, I did think my things have personalities though.
Oh, like toys, stuffed animals?
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yes
Yeah.
to that.
Yeah.
Sure.
But I never had like an invisible entity. There's always something it was living in.
Oh,
Attached
right.
to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And sometimes I talk to my car like it's a person.
Oh, I named mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
did.
Well,
So,
this looks like
so
an
I'm with you
exciting
there.
show.
This looks like an amazing show. That sounds incredible. I think that's such an interesting topic anyways. Just kids and imaginary friends, things that parents or adults can't tune into what your kids are doing.
Correct.
Yeah, and kids are so creepy. Like what
They are.
Like that's like
They
a
They
can
can
device.
be.
Yeah,
They
it'll be
can
curious
be.
to see the caliber of kids on this show because I have I'm very judgmental of child actors. Sorry, and so like
Were you a child actor?
no,
No.
but I passed judgment. And so I think it's going to be really interesting to see the grouping of kids on this show.
Yes,
I
bet-
was very impressed by the trailer that I saw of the kid in the commercial that I saw.
Oh, yes.
So I think, anyway, I
Please.
have high hopes.
Please impress Allison Dean.
Yeah,
Yes,
please.
I imagine they've pulled out all the stops.
They
I think
have.
we'll have no shortage of amazing kid talent.
Yeah. Well,
the
we'll watch it. You guys watch it, and let's see.
That's right.
We'll check back with Allison.
And there's plenty of other creepy things that we now should discuss with Creepy Danny.
Yes, absolutely.
Who does not know? We did not get any of his imaginary friend
Do you
lady.
think he passed judgment, though?
Yes. And I also noticed that we didn't get any of the audio tapes. We got none of that, which I thought was interesting. It's like they kept like inserting it in these last 2 episodes, and then it was
Well, we actually had voiceover, so I feel like it was.
it was swapped out. Okay.
And I feel like we're gonna have more audio tape.
Oh, I think we are too, because
Yes.
there's stuff on that audio tape we haven't heard.
Tons more.
Come on.
Yeah.
Hello. Yeah.
So much more.
So much
more. Okay, so Danny, so we see him embark in this whole sketchy drug ring deal. He decides to take matters into his own hands.
Okay, but wait, before we even dive into that, were you guys thrown that he was sitting at that bar with bleach hair guy? I was like, wait, what? How are they having beers together? When did they connect those 2 dots? They did not connect those dots.
Oh, well, I think when he just barged in to talk to
And then
the
they were
boss
like, let's get
guy.
beers?
Yeah.
No, he probably came to talk to him.
You think?
Yeah.
I would have liked to have seen that. That's all. I would have liked to have seen like,
Was
hey, Danny,
Ble-
I'm here to talk to you.
Yeah, was bleach hair guy the one in contact with Eric though? For the jobs?
Yep.
Okay. So I feel like Danny and bleach hair guy probably had some connection prior to him barging his way into the boss.
I don't get that impression based on the fact
Really?
that Eric was so shocked to
Yeah.
see bleach hair guy and Danny together. He was literally like, WTF are you guys doing together? So no, I don't think they
No prior meeting, no prior connection.
Well, maybe after Danny barged in and he had his little thing at headquarters.
Like, hey, we're all
He's
bros
afterwards,
now.
Yeah.
You want to hang out sometime? Dude?
It's beer time.
You seem
Yeah, I don't see
creepy.
that happening either.
And I'm into that.
Totally. Or who knows? Maybe the boss told bleach hair. Maybe bleach hair guy's like the liaison, and the boss told him like, "Hey, look out for this guy. Like, let's see what this guy's."
I'm gonna go
about."
with that.
And he had to go like feel out the situation.
But it bothered me that I
Yeah.
didn't get like that backstory because I thought
Right.
that was very odd.
maybe
I
it's
thought
to
it was
come.
odd.
Don't they always
bleach
do
hair guy
stuff
is
like that?
Rafi. His name is Rafi.
Rafi.
We learned this later. I know.
Rafi.
Yeah, Rafi.
But
I
was
still
like,
like
We just
no, I
like
know
calling
his
him bleach
name.
hair guy.
I still like calling him bleach hair guy.
Yeah.
Because it's just so bleach hairy. Yeah.
Bleach hairy. That's exactly what it is.
You can always count on me for just
For the correct terminology.
Yeah. Thank you, Blake.
That's what we need Allison
Thank you.
for.
Only the correct terminology.
Only the correct terminology, exactly.
Okay.
So he completely sidesteps Eric, which I thought this whole dynamic was really funny too. Apparently, Eric offers up his services to go beat up Kevin and perform that whole service.
Oy. Oy.
And then at the same time, Kevin just straight up slaps Eric to the side and says, "I don't care what you say. I'm still going to bypass you and any connection
Danny, you mean.
have." I'm sorry. Yes, Danny said this to Eric. "I'm going to bypass any connection you have to this ring, this drug ring, and get myself in the forefront."
I think the stakes are higher than I mean, obviously the stakes are high with whatever money Danny is trying to pay back. And so I think he felt as though it was the only option for him to really start making some money again. He needed to noodle his way in a different route. He wasn't going to get it. Because I think when he asked Eric, hey, there's got to be other things, call the guy. And Eric was like, no, they call me, I don't call them. And so I think that had a huge part. He's like, Eric's not going to step up to the plate like I need him to. I got to take matters into my own hands.
Get it.
That's
Yeah,
right.
he's like
Danny
got
knows
nothing
how
to
gate.
lose. Like he is just now.
Yeah, he's like,
he thought he was maybe at the beginning of the season he was coming to his family to be like, please accept me.
Yeah.
Now he's gotten to a point where he's like, oh, these people never were going to keep me. So he's like, I'm just going to do what I need to do.
I still have such a problem with that too. Like I just still have such a problem with that. Based on how he and his mother interact, I will, until I see something different or some other like weird, until we get Sissy Spacek like having her mental breakdown, which I know that we've all said probably will happen at some point. I am still confused by why he's just being so evil.
But
Yeah.
so sweet to his mama.
I know he's
Was
still
it sweet to his
but
mom? I was
he's
like, oh, he
sweet.
does love his mom.
He's sweet to her, but it's like backhanded. It's like he's doing some
shady stuff.
right.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
I
don't
mean,
like it.
and it really is like he's had his moments with his siblings, but for the most part, he's fairly friendly and nice to them, to their face as well. And it's all the stuff he does behind their backs,
Right.
that really is the shadiness, the shady side
the
of things.
McShade. But yeah, so anyway,
Definitely.
back to what you were saying though about him now scooping into the drug biz.
Yeah, and just
She's like, yeah,
completely by
Drugs.
the drugs.
Yeah, no, I just thought it was funny. Like, as a friend, he asked Eric to do this thing for him, and then you would think that would be like a favor or something, but instead he's just like, cool, do that for me, and I'm also gonna just not care what you say and go sidestep you and go to the source. It's like he's really using his power to manipulate those around him, and especially Eric. Eric has now become a pawn in his little scheme of things, whether he knows it or not yet.
Right.
But he went to go do the thing with Kevin, he beat him up and do all that, and he tells Danny, well, you gave me the word. He was trying to give him the money that he gathered from Kevin. Eric was trying to give it to Danny.
Right.
And then Danny replied, well, you know, it's fine. You keep it.
It's yours.
It's yours.
It's all yours.
Yeah. So it's kind of like he's giving Eric now little nibbles or something to keep him under his power,
Yeah.
And meanwhile, he's going to be like, I'm just going to do me.
Or is it to like not have any ties to like any money ties? Not that Kevin would have put like tracker on like any of his dollars to know that like some of the money landed in Danny's pocket or anything. However, maybe it's also there's a level of, no, you keep all the dirty money because I don't want anybody looking at me for it kind of a thing.
Or like more like detachment, like less involved.
Yeah, he's
you know.
less involved. He's like, oh no, it's all your money.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think less to do with Kevin and more to do with Eric, though, I think.
Oh,
Because,
yeah.
it's like you went and did this. So, like, whatever happened with you is your deal.
Oh, right. That's, yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like in
Yes.
terms of Kevin so that it wouldn't come back to Kevin.
No.
somehow.
Right.
Okay.
No. You
Right.
are spot
And
on.
also maybe Danny just not wanting anything from his family at this point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Boy.
He's like,
Very
that's
well
Rayburn
be.
money. I don't want that.
That is dirty. That's dirtier money than the drug money.
Yes. He's like, but drug money, no problem.
Whoop.
All right.
Yeah.
Yes. And then another prominent situation with Danny, of course, was his run-in with Carlos.
At the cockfight.
Man, I don't like that part.
I didn't
Let me
like
just
that.
say.
Let me tell you, I did not like that either, Blake.
I did not
Animal
like that
rights.
at all.
No.
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 Ew, I didn't even like that they were filming in like that. If they were just there and we got the implication, that's one thing. But it like showed them, it showed
Yeah.
the roosters, and I was like, no.
Roosters? Yes.
Are they
Right.
roosters?
Yeah, you're right. Mhm. I try to not even know. Right. Nope.
Anyways, it like hurt my heart a little, and then I just got angry at the whole episode.
And it was Carlos. Carlos was there. See?
you,
What did I
Carlos.
say? Carlos was gonna. Didn't I say that? I was like,
pretty sure you
Carlos
did.
is a part of this story.
My notes in huge say, "Freaking Carlos is a liar,"
Yes.
Yes, that too.
because that's what he was.
Drinking and
Gambling.
making monies.
I know, right? And so Danny walks into him on this and is just like, a WTF.
Well, Danny realized that this was another opportunity for manipulation.
No, he totally saw. He's
he
like,
did.
oh, sweet.
Oh, he
opportunity.
did.
I thought you were doing better.
He's so calculated,
Oh my
Danny.
gosh! And then, so at first I was like, "What's going to happen here?" And then he's like, "You know what? I'm glad that you're trying." I was like, "Oh, that is so twisted."
Yeah.
Now you are under his wing. He's like, "Oh, help
Done.
me out with something."
He's recruiting.
And the people he does it to have no idea. Like, they don't even get it when
Carlos
it's happening.
was scared as hell. Like, you could see it in his eyes. He was just the
I
minute
know this doesn't look good.
Yeah, the minute Danny walked up to him, it was like deer in headlights. Oh my gosh, I've been caught. I'm done. I'm going to prison. Everything was running through his brain at that moment.
True. But I feel like Danny has such a convincing way of being
yes.
like, oh no, it's fine. So even if the person thinks they're caught in the moment, Danny just
He eases them.
He eases them. He just glosses right over it. And then they truly think, oh, things must be fine. Danny
Yeah.
must be over it. It's all good.
Yeah, he's very good at the like, "Oh, well, you know, it's all right."
Although I do think when they were like the smuggling business started to really go on, you know, and we find the whole reason why Danny wanted to renegotiate the fish contracts for the inn was so that they could smuggle in drugs with the fish containers.
Yep.
Like, amazing. I do feel like when, you know, they went into that little shed area where they're doing the carton drop thing into the backpack. Was that English? Sorry.
I was like, "There's articulate."
Yeah,
Allison.
there she is. Carlos was outside, manning the door, and it looked like he was, again, scared as all hell. Like, I think even though, he's probably happy he's working, he's happy,
playing along.
I think he mentally knows that Danny is someone that,
You don't want to mess with him.
I think that's what he's feeling for sure.
And that whole scenario of using the new seafood distributors as the guys for
That's
smuggling
what
the
I
drugs. I mean that precisely is what makes me think, okay, he is so nice to his mom on the surface, but he's doing all this stuff behind her back.
It's all manipulation.
Yeah, just like he is to his siblings. So it's like, we were making the comment earlier about how his behavior is different towards his mother. I don't really think it is. I think he's got this whole plan against his family as a whole, and he's just picking and choosing the ways to cover it up with each person.
He's got a tactic for each person. Absolutely.
Totally.
Did you catch when when Danny and his mom were talking and he goes, like, after she says, great, we'll have the new fish contractor.
She says, this will be fun.
No, he says.
I thought that's where you were going with
he
that.
says, the fun's just starting. And he says it in kind of a creepy way.
Yes.
Ish. Creepy enough where she's like, uh-oh, I don't think I like the sound of that. And she said it all like, they were both being like all happy. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah, no, that's exactly the part. Yeah, she goes, oh, this is going to be fun. And he goes, oh, Mom, the fun's just beginning.
Reverse.
Are you sure?
I think so.
Because I think she said it first, and then he said it, then she...
No, because
I think she said it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
And then,
okay,
and then
everyone
he
watch it
responds.
back
He just
because I
said,
know what I'm talking about.
Oh, all right.
I know what I'm talking about.
Chat with us. Let us know how it went.
Who's right now? Tell us.
I think Mama Rayburn said it was going to be fun first. He said, oh, no, Mama.
Well,
oh, no.
Okay, wait. Back up. So she
Back
may
it
have
up.
said, oh, that's fun. And he said, the fun's just starting.
Exactly.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
We're
Let's
back on
clarify.
track. We're back on track.
But when
Now-
Allison feels she's right, she will fight for it. And so I need her on my
Just
team.
make me a politician.
That's why we've
okay.
got the bright side of the
Okay.
table.
Yep.
Literally.
Team color.
There we go. Against me.
No, yes. Okay.
Okay.
Apologies, everyone in the interwebs.
Also a band from Florida. Shout out. Okay, anyways.
Apologies?
Which one?
Against me.
Oh. I thought apologies. I was like,
I was like, apologies,
Against-
team color? What is
Oh,
it?
I
What
said
is happening?
Against me, band from Florida. Anyways, moving on. So...
Moving right along.
Moving right along. Yes, and so I thought that this scene gave me a tickle. When Danny was talking with his family, they were all having the moment where Kevin came to explain what happened to him. Oh
Yes.
man, this was crazy. And Kevin was explaining how he got broken into, beat up, what have you. And the mother says, or it might have been somebody else in the family, but anyways, they say, oh, well, was it intentional? Was it random? And Danny chimes in and says, oh no, I don't think that was random at all. And it's like, oh, he's so flirtatious with that line and just outing
With
himself.
everything. With
But
everything.
Yes.
He's doing this fun little dance because he's like smiling and he's such a good actor.
He is so good.
That Ben Mendelsohn, such a good actor.
He's amazing.
I wanted
And then
him.
the look he gives at Meg.
Ah,
Oh yeah, that was also
I know.
devious.
At the end
of their little convo.
I know.
That was like a standoff right there.
Through the kitchen and the
Yeah.
living room, right?
Well, because she's dancing, like they're announcing the engagement.
Oh, for that. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
And then he's like, I thought we were looking out for each other. There was that whole scene also.
Yeah.
Right.
But-
where he kind of then, and bless her though, she was giving it back to him. What are you talking about?
But she was
Yeah.
like, I just have to file the paper. So they did agree, right? Because
They did agree.
Because Kevin was like, oh yeah, it doesn't matter. So then I'm
Although-
curious, like, why didn't she go ahead and do this?
Right. Maybe I'm just about to do a prediction. Sorry.
Shut it down.
Keep it in.
Now I need to
Keep
make a
it
note though.
in.
Wait, I think I need your pop yay.
Okay, hold on.
Let me write it on Kevin's face. That you
I
do
totally
this.
took notes.
Write it
by
down, don't
drawing
forget.
pictures.
It's very impressive.
Of what is it? Danny and John and the shot glass.
Shot glass.
Those are amazing notes,
That was
Mary
an
Lou.
uncomfortable-
Yeah, I know what
scene.
happened.
We
that
like
was the
'em.
scene.
Man.
He's so sad because he was looking at girls and he's like devious and causing trouble.
I know. Man, that was so uncomfortable. That was such an uncomfortable moment between Danny and John, and then him taking it back to John's house and having that whole interaction with Diana. I have a question for you guys. So when Diana said to John the next morning, I don't want him around.
Uh-huh.
And I don't want him around the kids anymore.
Uh-huh.
would anyone want him around? He made it seem like, that's my brother, he's got to be around. Ugh, you're overreacting. But no, like, he was such a creeper in this episode and kind of has been the last couple episodes.
I mean, you know, I feel like I would think that most people have had run-ins with people that are drunk. Mm-hmm. And drunk people are generally very uncomfortable to be around.
Right.
And there's
But
different degrees of it.
Right, but do we think that it has more to do with
their past?
With their past.
Could be.
And she's now deciding that he is a loose cannon and he is not going to be keeping anything secret. Maybe they do have a past and she's trying to keep him away.
She definitely senses what everyone else is not sensing. There's definitely a level of her BS meter is
she doesn't have the
ding, ding,
Rayburn
ding.
blindness.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
true.
She sees right through him. But he's doing a great job to mask it for the most part. Although that drunken scene, whew, yeah, that was pretty.
I was so nervous for the daughter. I was like, when she comes out and he's just talking with her.
Yes.
And I was like, what's going to happen here?
Yeah.
I know.
So I have theories for that.
No, I know. There's too much of a creeper story underlying there. It's a little intense. Or even his moment when he was leaving out the door and he was saying goodbye to Diana.
It was.
I was like dying, and he was like,
it was
almost
bad.
going in for a kiss, but not really, keeping it just that creepy before he headed out.
It was gross.
Whew.
It was gross. In this episode, we also got 2 other breakthroughs. Shall I reveal them?
Sure. I think I know what one might be.
Okay, tell us.
Meg.
Yes.
Marco proposed. Adorable.
He's just like, it's my bad, girl. Let's do it.
Exactly like that. Exactly.
It's my bad.
You know, I'm from the South.
Yeah, that's how he said it.
That was it.
Yeah.
So that happened. We'll see we'll see what goes on there.
I know, we really will, because it wasn't enough to really gather a firm conclusion of what may or may not actually go through, but it was like, okay, he came around. They're on the same page for now. About this
until
whole
the
engagement.
season finale.
Oh, Allison.
Oh no, it's all.
Allison.
Wait a minute. I'm only saying that because of IMDb. That's all. I just know that what's his name is coming back. That's all. I just
IMDb spoilers.
Whatever. Okay.
Okay, now hit us with the second one.
So the second one is that we now have a connection to the whole Juanita Doe case. They found the father of Juanita Doe, and the father and Marco go on a stakeout in the boatyard and thus discover that Rafi, bleach-haired guy, has been discovered. So we shall see now what goes on.
Bum, 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 bum.
The pieces are starting to fall in place.
Yes!
Alexis!
Yes!
Perfection, Alexis.
That's exactly
That's
what
what
we
I
needed.
needed. That's what I needed.
Exactly what we
But
needed.
yeah, so that's a big chunk right there.
That really is. That really is. And that really sets us up nicely for episode 9.
Very excited.
What is going to happen?
Can I watch it tonight? I'm like,
Yes, you can, girl. You go right ahead with
I'm like,
episode 9. Okay, so I think now's a great time for predictions. Ooh.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV.
Don't take mine, Mary Lou.
Don't look at it.
You hide it from me.
You get your own.
I copy. I copy. Okay, so I feel we're going to find out about this moment that Diana and Danny had.
Ooh.
But it's going to be he was probably creepy to her. Because the whole time she's been creeped out by him. She's been trying to play it cool, but she has been creeped out by him the entire time. You know,
She has.
So we
True.
got that.
Yeah.
I, for some reason, feel like Danny is going to kill or hurt the daughter.
Oh.
Because a few episodes ago, John said something. He's like, I don't know how Dad did it, because if I lost one of my children, I don't know what I would have done.
Oh, girl, that is some good
Ooh,
foreshadowing.
I don't know. Wow. Then I'm really not going to be Team Danny. Oy.
Or even if it's not Danny, if something happens to her, they're going to think it's Danny, which might instigate the boat blowing up. Maybe she gets sold into the slave trade, sex trade, or whatever. I know.
Oh, I can't even take it.
I think
Mary Lou.
that might be okay. All right. Well, we'll see.
Hey,
all right.
a
I'll
prediction.
just take it. Mm-hmm.
All right, Allison, what you got?
I'm going to say that, or my little note that I wrote down was, I think that Meg is not going to file the the new
papers.
will redistribution or whatever. I think she is totally, after that conversation they had in the hallway, it's just not going to happen. And I think that the impetus of that may spiral some more shiz to go out of control. That's what I'm going with. All right, that's what I got.
I think that's a great one. Damn, you girls have real good ones.
Don't let us down, Blake V.
The pressure. No, so I think that there is more to the Danny Diana moment. I also agree that we're probably going to find out a little more there. That's the first feeling I got, was there's too much there for that reaction to be unwarranted. Like, I think there's something there. I think we're gonna find out. And I'm still waiting for my Sally. I know something's got to come out in the next episode or two. I think Sally did more than we understood from the tapes a couple episodes ago, and I'm still waiting to hear more about
What
that.
if Danny kills Diana?
What if Sally finds the drugs and is like, why didn't you let me in on this?
Oh.
Because
Thank you, Alexis.
We're just all over the board with
Perfection.
this one.
I'm just looking at how many episodes she's going to be on, which is 7, and I'm like, well, we're at
The
8.
mathematics of this.
So I'm just counting stuff, and she was not on. She wasn't on last week's episode, I don't think. So Diana.
oh, Diana.
So either we're not seeing her no mo, or she's got one left, and then she's no mo.
and then we're not seeing her no more.
I don't know. Okay.
All right, ladies.
You're
Well,
welcome. You're welcome.
I guess we'll have to see. Interact with us, chat with us. Let us know what your thoughts on the next episode are. We'd like to know your predictions as
Yes.
well. Hashtag.
Or poke fun at us because you already binge watched everything.
Oh,
I know,
we're getting
right?
a lot of that.
We're gonna
yeah.
get a ton of spoilers on this one.
No, don't. No, don't.
Hashtag ABTV Bloodline. We prefer less spoilers, thank you.
Please.
But whatever, interact with us. We love it. I have been your host, Blake V. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Blake V Media and on YouTube
I'm not sitting next to you right now. It's sad.
for Allison's and my YouTube show, Winos and Onesies.
Yeah, you guys should definitely check that out. It's super cute.
I'm Allison Dean. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram and everywhere at the Allison Dean, and on our show, Winos and Onesies. Yeah. And
You can find me on all social media at Mary Lou Mandel.
you should.
Yeah.
Because Mary Lou's the best. She's the best.
I post funny faces. That's what I do. I make funny
They're
faces.
amazing.
They're amazing. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We will see you next week. See you.
Ta-ta for now.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.